What is your either address, zip code, or local national?
Part by the Illinois decision,
Mhm.
and we have a lot of veterans that were involved in the campaign, and this is
Right.
just another aspect of it, another way of lifting up.
Well, I'm so grateful that we had the support on on the death penalty. I think it's great. And again, I think it all comes back to to looking at it as a policy.
Okay,
Like
I found another way to
time
do
that
this.
whether you're
So,
for the death penalty or against the death
I just clicked on the actual.
Tennesseans for Alternatives to the Death Penalty every March does a letter writing campaign with maybe a different focus every year, but basically their large goal is to point out the major flaws in the system and work for abolition. And so my role has been simply kind of on the ground work, coordinating, recruiting, setting up. And I was originally prompted to contact them as part of a course, actually, and then have since gotten more involved and committed to this event and recruited students for it. So ultimately, I think from my religious perspective and from the Divinity School's perspective, I truly believe that human life is not ours to take, and that justice is best served in other ways.
We should be working towards complete abolition. The mental health community is really what is the driving force behind this piece of legislation. And there are certainly organizations out there and organizations that I'm involved with that are pushing for complete abolition. And it's something that fits within the ethic of life that we value in the church. It's certainly something that fits in with our social teachings, our social principles in the United Methodist Church particularly. We have a very strong stance about the death penalty in general. And so this fits within that realm, fits within that ethic, but today is really targeted towards the mental health community. But we continue to hope and pray and work for the complete abolition of that sentence.
It's difficult to make a balance between what justice is in a juridical sense and what justice is for, and how we can specialize justice for those with persistent mental illness. But yeah, it is an issue, and I think giving light to it might help people think through why it still exists.
You know, Jesus says to love our enemies, and he doesn't seem like a big proponent of an eye for an eye. And so, in following him, I don't think that killing people because they deserve it would be a faithful way of following Jesus.